Okay, so today you're going to be finishing up the oil pastel. Remember that we want to see at least a couple colors blended together to show either value or just changing from one color to the other, which is called gradation. Gradation is slowly going from dark to medium to light, or from one color to another, like an ombre look. So you're going to choose in the background, if you have a lot of cool colors to make it stand out, you might choose the opposite, which would be what? Warmer colors. If you have a lot of warmer colors, you might switch and do the cooler colors, or just choose whatever you'd like. I'm going to show you a few different techniques, and then you can choose whatever you want. First of all, if you just want to paint a solid color, that's fine. If you want to do a oil pastel resist, where you do a design in oil pastel first and then paint over it, because oil and water don't mix, you can do that as well. I would recommend not doing the same colors up here as down here, because you want them to stand out. One side of the paint tables have warm colors, and it has a warm little tray, so it's on an orange tray, and the cooler colors will be on the green, and then you'll see they're very dark. It's kind of hard to see what kind of colors they are. So I did put a piece of paper there if you want to test it out. Oh, I left my, no, here's my water. If you want to test it out, and they're pretty dark. These are called liquid watercolors. They're very concentrated, meaning you can add water to it as you're painting, and it'll get lighter and able to blend more. So if you're done with the oil pastels, let me move this out of the way. I'll just use this one. If you're done with the oil pastel and you're ready to paint, you're going to get your water. I'm going to use lots of water in this. Get whatever color I want to start with. And then just start applying it to the paper. You can add more water to it as you go to kind of spread it around. It shouldn't go on the oil pastel unless you have a bunch of little white spots. Now, if it's like a puddle, you can get some of another color. You want to work kind of smaller areas if you're doing this blending sort of technique, where you're kind of mixing colors on the paper. Now, there's a cool salt thing that you can do. If you pinch a little bit of salt and then sprinkle it on right after you paint it, when it dries, it soaks up the color and leaves behind these little white speckled little texture to it. And when it's dry, you just rub the salt right off. So if you want to do the salt technique, that's something you can do as well with mixed colors or just one color. Let's see. If you're painting a big area and just doing it smooth, you can just start with one color. You want to do more of an ombre look, wash your brush, get another color, overlap it, and then blend it down. And then you have more of an ombre look, but make sure that color is don't just leave it in a big puddle. Or you can get a paper towel and you can blot, and that'll give you some texture as well. So whichever you'd like to do. If you're doing the resist, let's say I'm doing some designs in the background, whatever your designs are. Don't do scribble scrabble, that wouldn't look good. I don't know what color this is. And then when you paint over it, you can see it'll show up, because oil and water don't mix.
It looks like you just outlined it, kind of, right?
Mm-hmm. Now the colors should be good for the whole week. So do you think I want you going from one color to another to another? And the yellow over there is my last bit of yellow. So I need you to make sure that you're washing your brush before you're going into another color. Just give it a little wipe. It doesn't take long to clean it up or to get it off. I guess because the color's so light, they think that they need to have a lot of it. So work in smaller areas. You have the whole time to paint. If you don't get to the painting part today, you can work on it next week. Remember, there's warm and cool colors, so just depending on what you like, whether you like the cooler colors or the warmer colors, or you can do a combo of both. We don't do all the colors of the rainbow because it makes what? Brown, gray, bleh. We're not doing that. Okay.
Because you don't want to be in your painting.
Exactly. Okay, y'all were fantastic today. I'll make sure to tell Miss Fulbright, thank you so much. Remember, warm and cool colors. And if you wait till the very end to do the salt's not going to do anything. So if it's turning kind of a darker color, you know it's working. If I come over here and put salt on this area that's dry, it's not doing anything.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you do the salt by the resisting part?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can do a combo of both. So you can either do do it in one color on the whole thing. You could do a mix of color. You could do the salt technique. You can also do
Should
the...
we do all of that in the same one?
You sure can. Yeah, I just want to show you some different techniques you can do. You choose what you want to do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop this.